Hi everybody, Cheryl at Creative Wreaths and Flowers. And I'm going to wait a few minutes and let people kind of come in. We're going to do a pastel butterfly wreath tonight. I had done one earlier and posted some pictures of it, and people were asking me how I made it. So I'm going to make one here tonight with you. Show you, it's probably one of my simplest wreaths. I love the functionality of it because the butterflies are clip-on. So they can be moved to where your customer wants, or they can be left where they're at. You can take them off. And I'm just going to get I'm using a 15-inch pink wreath form I got from Joann's. And I need my little snips. Anyway, I got these in there. They were in their Easter section. And I hope everything, sorry, I have to, okay. Sorry, my phone was going off. I like to catch on to that. Anyway, I'm going to get this ready to go. Like I said, this wreath is, what is their thing? Well, these are fresh picked spring from Joann's. I like to get them there when I see them. And you only see them during certain seasons. And I've already cut up our mesh. Our mesh we're going to do is 10 by 10. And I've cut 3 different colors. They're the same color. Oh, no, they're not. Actually, yes, they are. Are they? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I've cut a pink snowball. No, they're different colors because I didn't use the yellow snowball. These are pink snowball. Then there's a lavender and then a green with white stripes. And we're going to use that tonight because Mike and I went through the butterflies. We have a ton of them. And these are the butterflies that we have chosen. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Mary Jane. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. These are the butterflies I'm going to be using. I got some of these at Joann's and some of the, well, these, I don't know if you all can see them. These came from Big Lots. And these that I'll be using, these are pink ones. And these violet ones or lavender colored ones or purple colored ones. They kind of look blue in here, but they're actually purple. Those are from, both of those are from Joann from their fresh picked spring collection. And sometimes you gotta look at these forms because they're kind of odd, I've noticed, but that's okay. I really prefer ones with bigger ties. These little ties, the pencil ties, sometimes are kind of prickly. That's all right too. I don't know why I'm closing them because actually I was going to go around and open them. 3. Making sure I have enough mesh. All right, because sometimes these have an extra tie, sometimes they're minus a tie. There's 15 ties on this. So when I cut the mesh, I'm going to put 3 on each tie, and they are going to be of the 3 colors I cut. And I will alternate the top one and the bottom one. And since we only have one snowball mesh tonight, last time I left the green stripe in the middle and alternated the yellow and pink snowball. But since I only have one snowball tonight, I think I'll put the snowball in the middle and alternate the green and the lavender. And there's one more thing I need to get out. And this is my Bodabra. And it makes cute little bows. But for people like I who have some issues with our hands, it's a wonderful thing to stick things down into. So what I do is, since I'm going to put 3 on a tie, I don't like to tie and untie. So I'm going to put the 3 together, and then I'm going to put them on the tie. I use no ribbons on this, just the mesh. And when I used the snowball mesh, it was so pretty, I hated to cover it. So then I just put, then I just put the, all right, we'll work with that later. Then I'll just put the butterflies on. One of the other first things I wanted to do when we were here, there's a wonderful lady out there, and it's Ms. C's Crafts, and she does crosses. And she had a flash sale the other day, and I got excited. And so my husband and I were sitting there watching her, and I bought some crosses. Some I'll use on wreaths, some that are just for me personally because I love them. I had previously bought one large cross. It's probably 2.5 feet by, I'll show you. I'm going to turn you around to the wall. Sorry. Anyway, there it is. I had bought that cross previously. And you can see all the wreaths hanging all over my house. That's how I store them. Anyway, the one sitting behind me, the one on the door, is a burlap. That one's for a custom one. Right here, this grapevine is a custom order. I'll be adding a gold bead to it. And the one above is one of my, there we go, is one of my Mother Day's wreaths that says I love you to the moon and back. And that one's for sale. But that's not. Anyway, this is the one I had on my site. I bought this for my husband. He's retired Air Force. I'm trying to see where you can see this best. It's about 19 inches long, and it's 13 inches across. I'm going to get it real close there. That's the emblem that's on it. And I just loved it. And this is very well constructed. As you can see how thick it is. It's a silver cross, then a blue cross, and then the emblem. And I love this, and I bought this for my husband. We're going to hang it in our house somewhere, probably in the bedroom, because that's where the only place where I have to hang things anymore, because all my stuff out here has wreaths on it. Then I saw this one and had to have it. It's also, this is a triple layered cross. It's a wooden cross. I don't know how she describes how she paints it, but it's got blue and green and pink colors in it. Then a pink cross on top of that. And then it has like a ceramic cross, and it says love. It always, I can't see, I'm sorry, I look like Mr. Magoo. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always, oh mercy. I can't see the word. I think it says always forevers. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians. I'll get that closer so you can kind of see it. And you can see the colors in it. But I love this one. It's real pretty. It's kind of a little heavy. I'll just hang it on a wall. Another one of my guilty pleasures. When I get my new house, haha. Hi Peggy Leland. How are you tonight? You should tell Patty to watch. I'm showing some neat crosses. Anyway, so I also got that cross. I'm going to send them over here carefully, then I'm going to move them back. And then this one I may put on a wreath. I'm not sure. It is a little over 12 inches by a little over 8. And then it has these wings on it, the angel wings with another cross. It's layered. And all of these are wonderfully constructed. I can't decide if I'm going to put this on a wreath or keep it. Did they? Well, then she can watch the replay and see. And this is Mrs. C's Crafts. This lady does fantastic work with these crosses. This one I was going to make a Mother's Day wreath with. I haven't got the wreath made, so maybe next year. This is a Mother's Day cross, and it says, always my mother, forever my friend. It's thinner, so it's lighter. And then it's overlaid in the middle with this on it. And it's got the paint like the love cross. But I saw this and it's like, I have to have it. And I think that'll make a really nice, I have a lot of 18-inch ring forms, so I think this will make a really nice wreath at some point. And I just got these today. They just came in the mail. They were supposed to come yesterday according to the post office. So the post office and I have a little word this morning. But because they didn't come till this afternoon, I'm like, don't put it on your tracking site. It's coming one day when it's not. Then this is one of my favorite colors. It's kind of the teal. And this is all cut out and then painted. I don't know if you can see it. But this is another bigger cross. It's about 18 by about 13, maybe 12 and a half. And I just think it was pretty. And I like this color, so I got that one. And I may put this on a wreath. I'm not positive yet. I'm a little worried about the heavier ones, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, those are my excitement for today. I haven't made any craft outlet or any other orders recently, just Mrs. C's. Well, I take that back. I do have 3 signs coming in, but they're not here yet. And I'll show those when I get them. I can't remember. Let's see, what did I buy? I have for my nephew, I have a elephant with his name on it. It's Love. It's really cute. I'm going to make him an elephant wreath. And then let's see. Oh, I bought a turkey, but his feathers are footballs. I thought that would be nice for the fall. And then I got a tiger, black and gold, because I make this mistake. Sometimes similar colors look alike, especially if I'm shopping on the internet, and I actually got the purple and gold ribbon that I'm going to have to get rid of somehow. Back home is black and gold. I'm planning on going back for a festival in October. I thought I might set up a booth. And our team mascot is a tiger. And then Mizzou is also a tiger. So it's coming out of a football. So I'll show you those when I get those in. Those are really neat. But we'll go ahead and get started here. Like I said, these are cut. They're 10-inch mesh cut in 10-inch lengths. And I think, so what I want to do, I'm going to put a pink one, and this is where I made my mistake, was on the first pull out. A pink one, a purple one, and a green one together, and I'm going to put the pink in the middle since it's the only snowball. And all I'm going to do is ruffle them. So I just go down, find my spot in the middle, ruffle it up, take it, and then I'm going to stick it down in my Bodabra because my hands, I can't hold it and then ruffle another one. Yeah, it's pretty funny to watch me try to do that. And I thought, look again, maybe they were there. Thought I had my snips out. But you just find the middle of your ruffle or of your mesh, and you just pull it down like this and ruffle it. I'm going to stick that one on top of it. Now, some people use a 30-inch ruffle. If I do big ruffles, I usually use a 20-inch because of my hands. And then you only use one piece per tie. But because I wanted to use the different colors, I decided that we would just put 3 on one tie. And that's because pastel colors are pretty see-through. And I mean, it's okay when you have one of the color rings, but when you're working with, I work a lot with the DT Dollar Tree rings, and they're all green. Well, I actually found some black ones, but they're mostly green. Kind of looks, when you get it all ruffled up, it kind of looks like a bow tie. And I'll stick that down in here too. Oh, you know what? Silly me. We got a lot of them to do, so you'll get to see them. I knew it. Once again, I forgot to move the camera. I am so sorry. Too bad Julie's not here to tell me about it. Anyway, I put them in my Bodabra. I just stack them one on top of the other. And then I'm going to take them and try to crunch them in the middle there so that I have them all together. You just put them down on the tie. And because I'm not putting any ribbon or anything on it, I'm going to tie them tight, and I'm going to twist them 3 times. I'm going to leave my ties up, though, for now, because I'm not positive if I'm going to attach the butterfly to it or if I'm going to attach the butterfly to the mesh. We'll see how it hits me when we get there. And I just take the top one and pull it to the top. The middle one stays in the middle. And the purple one, or the bottom one, is on this ring, will come to the bottom. Now, when I was making the last one, thank you, Ms. Eldridge. She bought that one for me. I was having a horrible time because I want to alternate them. And you always have fray when you have, especially this mesh. This is mesh. The mesh all came from Joann's. It's part of their Easter collection, especially all the snowball. But you always have some fray, so I just go around and kind of sniff it as I go. And then I'll just, I believe some people say foo-foo. I'll just keep doing that until I'm happy. But anyway, so there's your first ruffle. And then we just go to our next ruffle. So we put the pink in the middle. And since we did that one, we're going to start. I have them all rolled together because they've been sitting in a box. I cut them all because I don't show how I cut them. I use a rotary cutter. I use a snip fit. And it's actually a outdoor tool. But I don't show how I cut with that. And I also have a mesh holder that Michael made me. And since those are products that are out on the market, and I did not buy those from those places on the market, well, I bought the snip, the work snip bit or whatever. I did buy that through Walmart.com, I believe, because you can only get it online. They do sell it at Home Depot, but they, however, don't carry it on the floor. But anyway, and that was a wonderful thing that came out. Thank you, Carmen Catherine's Wreath, for showing that and discovering it. I truly did appreciate it because my little hands, after a while, just say, excuse me. Although they're much better now, they have feeling in them, and I'm really happy. Except today, I feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck. Or remember when you started track? When you were like in high school, or you started a sport, or even physical education, and after that first week you thought you couldn't move and they were being the most horrible people to you in the world. Since I've gotten home, that's how it's been here. Because not that people are being mean to me, but I have muscles and things that haven't had feeling or been used in quite some time, and I'm excited because now I have the feeling and can use them, but apparently they aren't as excited as I am. So I figure it's okay because pain at this point right now is a good thing. Actually, it's a blessing because that means I can feel it. And we're just going to go on from there. Start my cardio rehab. Actually, I go talk to him Thursday. But I probably won't go long because it's $30 a session and I think eating is worth something too. So they seem to think my insurance will pay for it all, but they pay all but $30. So 3 times a week times 30 is quite a lot of money. So, and all it is very, I've done this before. I did it back in 2003. I had a heart attack, and so I had to go to cardio rehab. And the only difference between this and just going to a gym and working out by yourself lightly is that they put heart monitors on you and watch the monitors the entire time. So I've got monitors somewhere. I can buy a new heart monitor to check my heart rate and stuff, which is fantastic now that I have my new valve. And that way I don't have to worry about it. Might use the base gym and they have a defibrillator, so hey, we're covered. And it's free because my husband is retired military. So, all right. So this time what I did is I put the green on the bottom, the pink in the middle, and the purple on the top. And one thing I've realized is I have not made many primary color wreaths this spring because I really love the pastels, the light airiness of the pastels. Do 3 times, and then this time, because the lavenders or the purples on the top, I pull it to the top, lay the pink in the middle, pull the green to the bottom, and clip, clip, clip. Top, middle, and green bottom. I also wanted to say I don't have an associate's link, so I don't have the works on my site. You can go to Carmen Catherine's Wreath. I don't remember what her Facebook site is. She's on YouTube, and you can order through her link or like I said, they have it at Amazon, Walmart.com, HomeDepot.com. Mercy, probably anywhere you can just look it up. And the rollers, I'm not sure who has those, but I have one that Mike made me so I can do 3 at a time. And it is a big time and very big saver for me. I need to find a piece of purple. All right. Now, so I don't get messed up, we're going to start with purple on the bottom. Like I said, oh no. You know, my iPad went off. I didn't even notice. I usually have it up so that I can see comments. But it turned itself off. Let me see if I can. There we go. I even remembered to mute it, and that's just like the most fantastic thing in the world, because usually I don't. This way I can see your comments, and I don't have to keep turning back around. But anyway, I'll ruffle the purple one. Stick it in my Bojabra, and it's right in the middle. You just find the spot right in the middle. And like we cut 15 pieces because there's 15 ties. So 15 pieces of each. Pink one in the middle. And on this one, our green one will go on top. And actually, by using the 3 pieces on each tie, this comes out to be a very nice, full wreath. That's why usually some of them you put less mesh on, and that's when you'll use your ribbon. Hi, Charlene. How are you? Thank you. I will. Let me see. It says there's more. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm thinking I did okay getting that box out, Charlene. Thank you so much. We'll find out. I tried sending another one today to my daughter, so I didn't have to do the invoice part. He just had to do the mailing part. So let's see how that goes. It makes it so much nicer at the post office. You know what? I did say that, Mindy. I think it's called a zip snip. They also, I'm trying to think. It's not Black & Decker. If you go check out Carmen Catherine's Wreath, she uses 2 of them. I believe this is Works, W-R. Where will I put it? Yeah, it's a W. I'll show you real quick. It's a W-O-R-X zip snip, I believe is what it is. Yeah, zip snip. Z-I-P-S-N-I-P. And then, like I said, Skill. That's the other company. Oh, you got one? Mindy, you got one of those? It is, I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. And I don't cut, sometimes I cut a lot of mesh at once, but most of the time I don't. It cuts 3 pieces of mesh wonderful. I think I've done, the most I've done is 5 at a time. I want you to show me that you got it, or let me know you got the wreath, Charlene, because I'm really excited for you to get it too. I hope you like it. I hope it looks this nice when it gets there. And I don't know if you were on here and what I was telling him, one of the nice things I like about it, these are kind of, what do I call, versatile, because I made a patriotic centerpiece that's like that. I like it when you can use them, like, well, with the patriotic centerpiece, you can use it from right before Labor Day, or like I put my son, his wreath on his door now, and I'll add decorations, like 4th of July decorations to it in June, and then take them off. But you can actually hang them or set them out from after Easter until Labor Day, because, you know, they work for the 4th of July, they work for Memorial Day, and they do work for Labor Day. And you can even have them out on Veterans Day. I think you're going to love that zip snip, Mindy. I really do. I know it has been a lifesaver. Only if I'm cutting a single piece, I'll use a rotocutter. If I'm just being lazy at the moment, I'll get out my rotocutter and just do it. But that thing, I'll tell you, that Works thing, it really saves time, and it saves my hands. I have chronic carpal tunnel. They actually operated on it, and I went back to a neurologist, and they said it did no good. But then, oh well, that's what everybody tells me every time I have something fixed, except this time. And this time when I had my surgery 2 weeks ago, today actually, they said it went excellent, it was working great, and it should last me for a while, which I hope, because I had my aortic valve replaced. But they didn't do it through open heart, they did it through the less invasive, they call it a TAVR. Trans something, vein, aortic replacement? I don't know. Oh, I would love a photo, Charlene. I would love a photo. I've sold several, but I have never gotten, just one photo back of when they hung it. And that was a lady that I made one for here, or in town. It was actually my son-in-law's grandmother. I'll tell you what, before my surgery, I didn't have like feeling in my hands very much. And I can actually feel them now. So that's kind of different. I'm learning a new normal. You get into a routine, you know what you can do, how you can do it. And learning a new normal is very, very weird. Especially when you can do more than you used to. I like to quote Ms. Roloff, the little lady, little person. And she said, we can do everything anybody else can do. We just do it different. And I said, you know what? That actually works for me. So I like to think that. In fact, I have a friend and her husband's going through some problems with his feet because of diabetes. And he said he couldn't wear sandals anymore because he had to have some toes removed. I said, you know what? You can wear sandals if you want. I said, if I wanted to wear sandals, I'd find a way to stick them on my feet and wear them. Doesn't bother me. So it's just convincing him that you can still do things in life no matter what happens. You just sometimes have to do them a little differently. And I have employed that for several years. So you can ask my children. It's not pretty if I get on the floor when I get up, but I can do it. Of course, one time I did break a toe doing it. Oh, that's why, Pig, I am the president most of the time of It Can Only Happen to Me Club. Her sister and I have a club called It Can Only Happen to Me. One day Patty won because her turbines blew off the top of her house. But most of the time I won. Because I'm just good at it. And that, I have always been not very graceful. My dad used to say, we should have named you Grace because you don't have any. I'm like, well, thanks, Dad. I was more of your tomboy, played sports. And although I really didn't do all of that well, I tried my little heart out. And I wasn't the best athlete to watch. I was more like your comic relief. But I tried hard. And the first thing I can remember that happened to me, I was 13. It might have been 12. It's been a long time. I don't like to admit that. I know, Charlene, that's what you said. I am so excited that you're going to get that. That made my heart so happy. But anyway, we were going to school, because I always blame the school system for this, because we were going to school on a Monday after Easter. Normally we had Fridays and Mondays off. Now, you're talking back in the dark ages here in the 70s. Hi, Linda. I tried to put my link out there when I put out my message, and I don't know if any of you got the event. I tried to make an event. It's the first time I've done it. With all the things going on Facebook, they've paused all their apps, so I can't get a mini chat, so I can send it to you in your messenger. So I've had to, I tried to make an event, which, believe it or not, is the first one I made. So I don't know how it really worked out. I know some people saw it. Some of them I got to send through Messenger. I don't know. I'm not real well. I have a tech degree, but it's mostly for software and programming. So I'm not versed on the Facebook. Only reason I actually had a Facebook before this is because when I went to college, Facebook was only for college users, and that's how we communicated with each other and had groups so that during our classes and stuff we could work together, like during our capstones and things. And then they opened it up to the public and whoosh, took off. So that's why I have one. In fact, my niece was living here with us, and her, my son, and myself, and actually my older daughter, but she wasn't here. We were all here going to University of Nebraska, Omaha. And so they were back in their teen days, and they knew how to run everything. Now I don't have any teens in the house, so I know how to run nothing. It's like I have an Instagram account, but unless I remember to log into it, I see nothing. So I don't know. But I'm learning, and I'm trying. And Charlene helped me with PayPal, so that was kind of fun. It was different, but it was fun. Green, purple, I talk so much. I don't see many humans during the day, except my husband and my 18-month-old grandchild. So I either talk like gibberish, or Mike's been watching a lot of National Geographic TV. I feel like I've been in school. And I'm going to finish my school story. Hi, thank you for joining us, Deborah. I'm glad you could make it. Anyway, I'm just making ruffles out of 10 by 10 pieces of mesh. And my Bodabra is being my ruffle holder for me. I'm putting 3 on each tie. And then we're just going to use clip butterflies to attach to it. Because the mesh, when I made it the first time, I used 2 snowball meshes. The mesh is just so full and pretty. And I'm just beginning to really expand on my ribbon and buy my good ribbon. So, yeah, I wasn't very good with that. But I'm learning. And as I learn, it's getting better. So I did do a Kansas City Royals wreath that had quite a bit of ribbon on it because the lady wanted a lot of ribbon. So I said, okay, I'll try. And then I made one for, my last few patriotic wreaths have had, I got a lot of ribbon through Craft Outlet for 4th of July. But I just started actually making these last October, September, October each time. I didn't open the business until February because I had way too many wreaths on my wall. Mike is my husband. Oops, see, I did this one backwards. After I even talked to myself about it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this to the next one because the purple is supposed to be on the bottom on that one. Anyway, Mike thought he lived in a wreath museum. I had 26 hanging on my walls because I made 35 at Christmas and only gave 9 away. So I thought I'd be nice, and I said, well, maybe I could sell a few of these, and then it blossomed from there. So I've only been February, March, April, like 2.5 months doing this. And I've discovered I really like to do grapevine wreaths with florals. And I've done florals before, not that I'm trained or anything. I did all the florals for my daughter's wedding. And actually was kind of disappointed. A lady had asked me here in town if I could do a wedding. She saw them on my site, and I said, I would love to say yes, but her daughter's wedding, let's see, what's today's date? The 23rd. Her daughter's wedding was a week ago. And I was afraid with my surgery planned. Well, and it took me a year to do my daughter's. So it was like a month, and I had surgery too. So I was like, I can't commit. I'm really sorry, but I can help you any way, shape, or form, or ideas or thoughts that you want. Because even though we live here, you can't go to the place. It's only online. It's Oriental Trading Company. And we got a lot of our goods through there. And you can get nice stuff, and you can buy stickers, stick them on things, and make them look really great. Sorry, I was confused as to what I was doing next. That's what happens when I get started. So we're going to put this purple one on the bottom. And I'm still going to finish that story of how I became president of It Can Only Happen to Me Club when I was 13. How that happened was, like I said, I was going to school on a Monday after Easter Sunday because we had a snow day we had to make up because they didn't allow for many snow days back in the day. And this was probably 1972-ish. Tells you how old I am. Hi, Linda. And so we had gone to school, and I had PE that day. And of course, back in the day, I don't know if they still do now, because I haven't had children in school now, high school for a while, or grade school. But I was in middle school, and we had to change in. So I changed into my gym clothes, those horrible black shorts and yellow and white striped shirts, because we were tigers. Hi, Lori. Glad you could make it. So anyway, we were playing baseball inside because it was cold. And what you did is you threw the ball, then you ran to the base. Well, I'm not a runner by any stretch of the imagination, but okay, I guess I have to participate. I threw the ball, started to first base, got halfway there, felt something in my leg, snapped, went and sat down on the ground. They thought I was all faking it. Nope, I broke my hip. I had a muscle bind, and the point of my pelvis snapped off, and so I spent a week in the hospital, and then 6 to 8 weeks on crutches, and then I started playing baseball. Right after that, my mother was just like horrified. My dad was the coach, so it was okay. I was his boy too, so I'm the only child, so I was the girl and the boy. But yeah, so that was my first experience of it can only happen to me. Although I will say when Patty's turbines blew off the top of her house right after she had them installed, she did win that day. But I have lots of good stories like that one. I know, isn't it neat that you can come and join a live? You can hear me talk a lot because there's nobody here telling me not to. My daughter will come down to visit for a while and she'll say, Mom, did you not see anybody today? Well, I saw Ryder. He's 18 months, and I saw your father, and we've talked together for 34 years, so nothing's new. So for those of you that are just coming in, I'll repeat this one more time. I don't want to sound like a broken record. This one we're putting the purple on the bottom. Oops, that's the thing. What I'm doing is I'm using 3 kinds of mesh. They're all 10 inches, and I cut them in 10-inch lengths, and I'm making ruffles. I have a lavender, a pink with the snowball, and then the green and white stripe. Last time I had 2 snowballs, I put the green in the middle, but this time I'm kind of short on yellow snowball, so I changed over to the lavender. So I'm putting the lavender on the bottom, then the pink, and then the green, and then on the next one I put the green on the bottom, then the pink in the middle, and the lavender on the top. And I just messed up that last one, so I had to move it over a time. But I'm going to get there. So this is probably, like I said, actually, and usually I end up having to break these into 2 because I don't want to bore anybody, because sometimes it takes me a while to do them. But I think I'll actually get this one all completed tonight, which is kind of exciting. And I'm using my Bow Dabra to hold my ruffles. That is the best little tool for everything. Sometimes if I don't have mesh, I'm not working on mesh, and it's sitting out on my table here, and I'll do bills, and it becomes a bill holder. It holds mesh. It holds just about anything you want it to. It's kind of cool, and it makes a bow. I'm just not very good at making those bows yet. I still, to get a decent looking bow, have to use the Bow Dabra. But that's a neat object to play with too. I like that. I just haven't got to that point in my wreathing career yet where I'm all about the bow and the ribbons. Just trying. In fact, to tell you how bad I was when I first started, I thought I needed tool. So I have a whole bunch of tools. But I have a lady that I think that lives close to me that I believe can use it. I can't really use it. I have, like I said, I have a little bit of everything, but I have some lung issues, some pulmonary issues. Although with this testing, we found out they aren't near as bad as what they tried to tell me they were, which made me happy. And because of the valve, actually, I had gone into congestive heart failure. So that was where my problems were really stemming from. I haven't had them since I got that replaced. But I don't want to use the tool because it's a glitter tool, because I'm a sparkly person, and it made it very difficult for me to breathe when I worked with it. So I just decided that's just something I'm going to have to say no to. Just like I'll do burlap, but I won't do it if you cut it. I'll only do the pull through and the pull through ruffle method. I really like that. And hopefully maybe I'll be on here live showing you one. I got some really cool dark blue burlap with white anchors on it. And then a dark burlap to do the other, I just put it on one ring. So I really got, and then now I see people decorating it with decorations. I thought burlap was just burlap. You just made the burlap, that was it. So I'm really learning a lot. And I have a great teacher. So I'm very, very happy. There we go. I don't know why they miss these ties. Probably to irritate me. That's what my husband says. Everybody just does stuff to irritate you. I said, okay, Mike, whatever. You irritate me more than anybody. In fact, if you see us out, Hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And if all of you would just like to share it, like and share it, that would even be more fantastic. This last week, I tell you, I have been so up. My attitude has been so great because I'm feeling better. Things are working better. The reading community is great, uplifting people. The one thing I have a problem with, though, I'm a little OCD when it comes to like the red heart, red notifications and stuff on my Facebook, and I'm finding it very hard not to have to clear those out all the time. That's like my son has to lock his car 4 times. I have to keep those notifications and stuff all clear. I don't know why. It's just me. Did she? Great. Thanks, Lori. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you joined us. I just like to come on here. I love doing lives because I feel like I'm actually out in the world, seeing friends. Tonight I have a glass of tea, but a lot of times I do this and make coffee. So that's going to be my thing. Let's have coffee and we can make some wreaths. I love wreath therapy. I never miss wreath therapy with Lori. Lori at Hardworking Moms. What an inspiration. Let me tell you. You want to see some fantastic wreaths and how to make them? She's really great. Her instructions are so clear. Can't say enough good things about her, and she is the sweetest person I know. Well, one of the sweetest persons I know. Thank you, Carrie. I'm really proud of myself. I actually see comments and I don't look like Mr. Magoo. That's really cool. I refuse to wear my glasses, and I told my husband my head must have shrunk or lost weight because my glasses must have got unadjusted right, and they slide down my nose and try to fall off, and they're bifocals. So I usually just wear reading glasses. Well, that's not working for me now, but I'm going to give my system a couple months, and then I'll probably go back and see the eye doctor again and see how things are going with that. Because I'm not rocking the glass thing. I only wear them usually outside, and when it's sunny, I put sunglasses on them. It's amazing what you can see, but I don't drive now because we have a Ford F-250 pickup, and to get into the pickup, I had to buy a stool because I'm too short to climb up in there by holding my arms and stuff. So we're like you ever watched Everybody Loves Raymond? We're slightly like Marie and Frank Barone. Love each other to death. Nobody could do anything to either one of us without the other one retaliating. But boy, do we just yak at each other. In fact, lately, like I said, he's been watching the National Geographic, and the hockey finals are on. Hi, Cindy. Glad you could join. The hockey finals are on, so we're in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We should have won last night, but of course didn't because we have to go into Game 7, do or die. So we followed the Boston Bruins. Because my husband is originally from Boston, to tell you the truth. I'm from Kansas City, so he's real hyper and active, and as his family is, and I'm a laid-back hillbilly redneck, so we're a little bit different. But we do have fun. He's upstairs now. My daughter had to work her second job tonight. So he is upstairs taking care of my 18-month-old grandson because my son-in-law also works at night. So usually my son-in-law is here until about 3:30. And then he takes off. Usually my daughter, when she doesn't have to work, she's on an on-call basis. So she doesn't have to work except for Monday nights when she's at school. She's at home by 6:30. So we watch Mr. Ryder from like 3 to 6:30 every night. And let me tell you what, he's getting into the terrible twos already. He's found his voice, and he likes to let you know that. So all he does is scream at the top of his lungs. And I don't mind that. If you're just showing me you found your voice, that's okay. What I don't like is when he doesn't get his way and he screams at the top of his lungs. Then he and Grandma has to talk. Uh-oh. See, I'm talking, I'm not paying attention, sorry. Paint those in the middle. And by the way, if you're making a wreath and that ever happens, just either go with it or just change it. There we go. Lori showing me to put these in the Bodabra was like the best thing you could have ever done, because my hands love it. They think you're better than sliced bread. Sometimes the top ones, I'll probably go back later and trim this all up, because there's lots of little snips I got to do. I've got to learn how to cut them, and I think somebody said you spray them with the E6000. The mesh I got, all of this mesh came from Joann's from their fresh picked spring collection. I mean, I'm kind of in a big city, Omaha. Well, I'm from south of Omaha, but Omaha you consider kind of a bigger city. But all we have are Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby. And Michael's might as well not even say they do anything for wreath people, because they never have mesh. They just nothing. Sometimes I can go there and get decor. Sometimes I can go there and get flowers. But I usually go to Joann's if I'm out and I want to look, or I go to Hobby Lobby. And when I go to Hobby Lobby, I make sure I go on the week that whatever I want. If I want florals, I go on that half-off week. And if I want the mesh or a ring or something, or ribbon, I go on that half week. So, but I've been getting a lot of my supplies through Craft Outlet. But I had never worked with Snowball until this Easter mesh came out. And I thought, well, that's kind of pretty. Now, I've heard people say they won't work with it. So one lady said she took it all back. But I don't know, it works as good for me as anything else. So I just figured it's me. Then when I pull these guys, and I know I say that, I pull the top one to the front and the bottom one to the back. And that kind of gives us our semblance of what I like to think of as rainbow. I'll show you here. This is my first one on the top. Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm not real good with the camera. I really want to go over and do one of these lives at my son's house. Oh, the Bodabra. Yeah, you can get that at Walmart. I did get mine at Joann's. I ordered it online. I thought you meant the mesh. I'm sorry. Yeah, but the Bodabra you can get at Walmart too. It just happens that Joann's was where I was going at the time, because I think I got it around the Christmas sales. And they happened to have one, and I told them to put it on hold, and I rushed over there and bought it. Because my luck is usually they don't have it. Well, we had looked for it before, but I didn't call it a Bodabra. I called it a Bodini. So they had no clue what I was talking about. Because I have these cute little guys that work in there, and they really don't know a lot about crafts, but they try real hard. They all know me there now. I'm well known at Dollar Tree and at Joann's, and I'm getting well known with some ladies that work during the day at Hobby Lobby. Oh, I hadn't thought about that, Linda. That is a good idea. I do use that 40% coupon every time I go, too. Let me tell you, I have those apps right on my gremlin-infested phone. And if you guys aren't here and you want to see them when we're done, if we don't take too long, I can show you. I got a box, or 2 boxes actually today, from Mrs. C's Crafts, and she is a very nice lady that makes crosses, and they are beautiful. And unfortunately, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I bought a cross for my husband, and I bought another one I liked, and I've already had one. I did get 2 or 3 I could use on Wreath, but I'm not positive yet. But, oh no. It actually, that sounds like something Lamba would do. That's the one thing she hasn't run off of here is my Bodabra. She'll run off with my mesh. And her favorite thing, oh, it is, Kimberly. One thing she really likes are my ink pens. I can be sitting here and I'm trying to do some paperwork and stuff, and I'll sit it down. Little thing will just take it right off my table and run away, and pretty soon you hear crack, crack, and I'm looking for my pen and it's gone, and she's like eating it. I'm like, that is not a dog toy, nor is it a dog chew. I don't know what it is. Maybe the ink smell draws her. I actually sent her, well, I had taken her and Finn outside. My daughter has a big dog. And I took her and Finn outside before I got started and put him out, and then I told Mike to bring him in because I didn't know it was raining. So they're going to be muddy, but they'll have fun. And Lamba gets Mike up and down all night because she's got her days and nights mixed up, even though she's one. So I'm hoping with the warm weather getting her outside more will. Although she loved the snow too, but we didn't. But I'm hoping that she'll get straightened out and start sleeping through the night. It's worse than having a baby. Even Ryder sleeps better through the night than Lamba does. I like how full this one comes out. And when I had all of that mesh on before, I couldn't put ribbon on it. I don't know what it was. It's like, guys, here this is. I just can't. I don't feel like I want to put ribbon on it. The mesh is so pretty. Oh, and I know what I can do with ribbon too. But we're getting there, guys. We're almost done with putting on the mesh. This is 1, 2, 3, 5 more. I thought we were closer. Let me think before I start. I really had a plan on when I started cutting these on how it was going to work, because I cut them all 3 at a time. I must not have stacked them appropriately. I was trying to be better than I was on the last one on Charlene's, when I kept getting them backwards and having to redo them. And that's nice though. I tell you what, Lori does this ruffling so quick and with 30-inch pieces. She's great at it. I, however, am not quite as quick. You know, another thing I noticed in the wreathing community, and I have to laugh at myself, is that I'll think of an idea, or I'll see something somebody did a long time, and I go, oh, I don't see anybody doing that. That would be neat. And do you know, before I can get it made, somebody does it. Just somebody I thought neat. Because another thing I want to do on a live and show you guys sometime is, and I know Lori's made them before, are the Deco angels, because I think those are really pretty. And I'm hoping to be able to do some, like I said, craft shows. If nothing else, because a lot of people say they aren't very successful at them. It's like, yeah, I don't really care. The one I'm going to do is back home, so I just like to see the people and talk to them. And if they say you need to have some smaller items, well, I don't really make smaller items unless they're the 7-inch grapevine. So I thought, well, these would be cute. So I'm going to make myself some different Deco angels to take with in October. It's in October. Actually, there's another one here in town where I'm at. So I'm trying to hope that they don't conflict. I know it's like this weekend, I don't know if they had vendors or not down back home in Missouri, but they're having a wine festival. They're real into that. I guess they have some wineries down there by them. And but I don't drink wine, so they had a chocolate tour. Now I could have done a chocolate tour. Hey Mary, how are you doing? The chocolate tour I could have hung with. That would have been fun. But the wine tour and I probably wouldn't have seen eye to eye, because I would have to carry around my glass of tea. People would laugh at me. Like the last class reunion I went to, I wanted those this year too. I do not yet, Kristen. I'm working on learning how to do that. And yeah, I'm going to do YouTube. I just haven't gotten the courage or the technology behind me yet to do it. I was going to take some of my videos and transfer them over, but the system that I was told doesn't work for me for some reason. I do think it could be the gremlins that live in my technology, all my electronic stuff. I think gremlins live in it. So my phone is like horribly infected with them. And I've decided all my troubles in life are from gremlins. And I mean, the last time I did a live, I was sitting here and my TV turned on. Ugh. I have a tiny space because I only live in the downstairs of my house. And I've got my whole garage is boxes. And we went out there and looked the other day, and there's stuff out there I didn't realize I had. Oh, good. Well, that's good. But, you know, I tried the M thing. My video's repeating itself. Kind of sucky. Oh, I could be just repeating myself. You never know. I swear, I had a brain. Maybe I should sing the Scarecrows. I finally had a brain. Here we go. Oh, I try. But yeah, when I tried the way you told me, Lori, yeah, it didn't work. I don't know exactly what I did wrong. I got it to work once, but now it doesn't work for me. So I want to go to my. I was saying I was wanting to go to my son's. I want to go back over there. I would love to stream from his house or live. He's not as much into it anymore, I don't think, as he was. He was a Twitch streamer, which is a gaming streamer. And let me tell you what, girls. He has a setup that you would die for when it comes to streaming. He has one of the best setups. I mean, he bought some kind of weird TV thing that Sony quit making, but you can get them. And he has the best picture quality. And he's got microphones and a virtual system all over. You're in Cedartown, Georgia? I don't know what that's at. I'm stuck in the cornfields of Nebraska. You know, some people actually think that. And one time I had a friend that actually said that. And down the street, across from where I used to take my kids to grade school, there's a field. So coming home one day, I stopped and I took pictures of the cornfield. I go, yep, here I am in the cornfield of Nebraska. And one of my husband's brother's girlfriends, her dad thought we were just all cornfields and no concrete. You need to do it live, Mary. It is, you know, once you do it, you get addicted. You love it. You'll be wanting to do one every day, twice a day. I'm having some mesh confusion going on here, girls. Okay, there we go. I think I got it now. So much easier to make a single colored wreath. It's not as pretty. And this is, it's not on my bucket list, but this is on my, I'm going to do this over Memorial Day list. I'm going to go back home. Home is by Kansas City. It's about, well, with the traffic time changes, it's about 2.5 hours now. It used to be about 3.5, but you can drive faster now. And it's right outside of Kansas City. And this even excited me more. My aunt, I have one aunt that lives back there still. That's all I've got. She's 89. And last night, we were talking about the wreath thing because she was, you know, she had just called to check on me. And I said, I'll tell you what, Aunt Pat, I'm going to make sure the weekend I come, Old Time Pottery is open in Kansas City. She goes, oh my God, that's on Highway 40. I have been watching, or I've been wanting to go over there to get myself some new metal lawn chairs. So I may be taking a trip with my 89-year-old aunt, who can outdo me, actually. It's Old Time Pottery. I was like impressed she even knew what it was, because I had never heard of it until I got into this. So she's going for lawn furniture. I'll be going for the ribbon and the mesh and the decorations and things. But she knows exactly where it is, too. I was like, wow, I'm impressed. But that's one of my, I've got to do these things because, like I said, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Joann's, and that's it for me. You know, it took me a while, Kimberly, to actually start selling. I don't know how long you've been doing it. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but I started making wreaths in about September, October time frame. Really got into it in November, made 35 wreaths at Christmas time, Christmas theme wreaths. No one around here wants a wreath anymore because I only got to give 9 of them away. I don't have a very big family. It's tough here. And I had 26, and I live in a 17 by 10 or 11 room, and then we have a bedroom and a half bath. And then my daughter and her husband and baby live upstairs. And I had 26 of them at the time hanging on my walls. My husband thought this was a wreath museum. So that's what made me go, I guess I'm not a hobbyist. That's my husband. Oh, you can't see him, darn it. He came down to use the sink to wash the baby's high chair, I guess. Brought the tray down. Which is good, because it means he's fed. But anyway, yeah, I had so many on my walls that I decided to try to sell a few of them because I love to make them. And I was starting to need to get money to just buy supplies to make more. And at first, I had them on Etsy and I had them on Facebook. I did do well here in town. My son-in-law's family, bless their heart, they're really good at supporting me. His extended family, like his grandma and his aunts and his cousin. In fact, the grapevine over there is for his cousin's front door. And so they're real good. And his grandma's like one of my best sellers because she talks to people. And so I gave her a bunch of my business cards to go, here you go, Nona. I would appreciate it if you'd like, because she's like, text me. And she said, how do they get a hold of you? And then if they're too shy or, to get a hold of me, then she tells me what they want. Nona and I talk and we make it. And I send her pictures and she shows them. And that's how I sell it to Kansas City Royalty. So I kind of thought that would get a bigger draw from the people back down home. Oh, and while I'm thinking of things, see, Mary, I can talk more than anybody. I didn't announce them. I did some impromptu lives yesterday, as you guys, if you watched them, over at my son's house. He bought a home last August. I'm in charge of the flower boxes and the decorations because he's a bachelor. And so I knew he wouldn't do nothing. And the people before him had put clay pots of regular, real plants, but never watered them, so they were like dead plants in clay pots sitting out in the sun in his flower boxes. And his neighbor was kind of complaining about it, so I thought, we better do something. So I do silk flowers in them, and then she can't complain they're dead, But anyway, I took my phone, and I was real proud of myself because, our last one, because I had figured out how to go live on my phone. And I thought, maybe, just maybe, I got to the business page, but I end up having to share them all back to my business page because apparently, and I should have had a clue, once again, I'm not thinking and paying attention. When guys you went to high school with start watching your videos, you're not on your page. You are on your private page or your public page. So that was kind of fun. They all got to see me be ridiculous and crazy and do my son's flowers because I shot some screenshots because on one of my groups, people are going like, no, these don't fit between the screen door. And it's like, yeah, they actually do because I've showed you 2 pictures in 2 days. There's one on my door with a screen door and there's one on his door with a screen door. So, and mine's a little lacking because I thought I'd run out of mesh, and then Michael and I opened the box and surprise. So Sean's isn't. His is a full-sized. We're going to have 2 together because there's 7 on the top. This is a full-size patriotic wreath. So they do fit. They might smush a little bit, but they don't use their front door a lot either. Now, the ones I have here get beat to death because people are not careful. Hi, Shelly. People are not careful with their doors or my wreath. In fact, my son-in-law came through here the other day as they come through the garage and then go up that door over there. And I have a grapevine on the other side of it, which I had used in the beginning as my logo before I had one made. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting on the couch, and the next thing I know, the grapevine, he had hit it, and the grapevine was flying at my head. So duck and roll. So anyway, they're not very careful with my wreaths. So they do stand up pretty well. It's a nice test. Kind of like Big Flower outside. I'm not happy with her right now. I sprayed her down again. She's not doing the best, but it could just be me and the curl method, because I'm not real whoop-de-doo. All right. I have all the mesh put on. Hi, Judy. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad to see you. This is what... I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit. I don't have the opportunity to move it back and forth. But this is how full this wreath is. I'm trying to see if it looks good on the camera. It's delayed on my iPad. I can see there's kind of some... Ooh, it looks really funky. But I'll go back and trim up all the little things sending out. Thanks, Mary. But it's a really nice full wreath. And this is a secret, guys. I sat and I looked at one for 2 days, and I said, you know, I really don't want to put ribbon on it. It's so full, and the mesh is so pretty. So I said, Michael, what do you think? Because he's kind of he's a pretty good guy. He's kind of my advisor when I need to. Do these colors go together? Does this look all right here? Sometimes he touches them when I don't want him to. Oh, that sounds nice, Carrie. And, but he's pretty good helping me out. So he helped me pick out these butterflies. We didn't have enough of the first ones. I guess I got them from Joann's, the ones I put on the first tree. So instead of 9, there will only be 8 on this one. And they're all clipped, and I like that. Well, one thing is I tend to go crazy with the glue gun and burn myself all the time. I mean, like I said, I used to use a solder iron to cut my mesh, and I burnt my laptop. So, but then what I do is I just kind of decide, I wonder where I want the butterflies. And I'm going to actually clip that one right onto, so it gives it a kind of a, what do I want to say, a 3D effect. And when I decorate, and I do this with my grapevines too, the one grapevine I've done, that's the first grapevine I've never actually glued while I did it. Because I wanted her approval. But if I'm just making a grapevine and it's my creation, it just gets done. It just gets glued right away. That's how we roll here. But that's the way I've always done my flowers, even my daughter's. Even my daughter's wedding flowers, it was kind of like just make them and go with it. The hardest thing to make on that was her bouquet, and we did a long-tailed bouquet. And the boys were messing around right before the wedding, and they broke the tail off. I was so upset. I fixed it though. I wasn't smart enough to take things to fix it with me, so I had to improvise, but my wedding coordinator man at the venue was nice enough to have some wire. So I thought that was a good thing. I'm just trying to decide where I want these at. And like I said, if the customer doesn't like them when they're placed, and Charlene, if you're still here, if you want them somewhere else, you are more than welcome to move them because they're just clips. Now I did send my daughter in Kansas has a little old lady friend. She works at a nursing home, and she doesn't use the internet, so we have to do everything through Jenny. And I sold a grapevine for her. She had bought an Easter wreath, so I sold her a grapevine, but she wanted a grandma sign on. So I went to Walmart and I got one, like the angel one that Nick had given me. It says only the best moms are promoted to grandma or something. And I couldn't attach it, so I said, now Jennifer, you've got to pretend like you're crafty. I have put in the zip ties and I have put the things on. Did you like my son's backyard? I love it there. And anyway, Jennifer is going to be in charge of making sure, they always look so different when you sit them on. She's going to be in charge of making sure that the sign gets zip tied on. I even sent her 2 extra zip ties in case she messes up the first time. So we'll see how that goes. So if you ever watch me, well, Jeannie won't because I don't think she does the internet. But Jennifer, thank you for doing that for me and Jeannie, and I hope Jeannie likes that wreath. I mailed that one out today. And, all right, so all I do, and this one needs to go over here. This is not good. Maybe I have the colors all changed together. See, this is when Mike would come down and start rearranging things for me. Anyway, and I'm going to tuck some of these pink tails back so they don't stick out just so much. But anyway, basically that is the finished butterfly wreath. That's how I made the one for Charlene. Now I have this one. I have 2 more that I've done differently. I got this mesh at Joann's. It was their, what did I tell you guys? I mean, look, because it's like marker makers or maker marks or something for their Christmas collection. And this one is called Fresh Picked Spring. I haven't noticed them having, I think I saw someone say that they had their Americana 4th of July stuff out, but I haven't seen it here. We're usually, of course, in the cornfield. We're the last people. It starts on each coast and works its way in. Because I'm 3.5 hours from where I grew up. Like when everybody else had feathered haircuts back in the 80s, we were the last people to know what that was. I love pastel. I'm your fan. Thanks, Sally. But anyway, so this one I'll have up. I'll have to have pictures taken of it. You know, I bought my husband a new camera, and he hasn't learned how to use it. Hi, Alicia. How are you? He hasn't learned yet, and it was a pretty expensive camera, so I'm kind of getting agitated because he's supposed to be my photographer. He's my packer. He packs all my packages. He's really good at it. Thanks, Charlene. You like this one too? I have a couple more in my other room, but they have ribbon and stuff on them. I don't think they're near as pretty as this one. That's just me. So yeah, I'm branching out into different things, guys. So maybe next time we'll make one of the, you know, the reason I was out digging in my stuff is I was looking for ornaments to put on for the angel's head. And I'm like, I know I bought some through Dollar Tree, and I think they're at my son's house, speaking of my son, because I think I put the smaller one on a Christmas tree we put up in there. Thank you, Mary. But so I may have to go over and dig through his stuff to find them. But I found some in my stuff that we hadn't put away out in the shed. Although my husband did tell me, confessed up, that he did put some of my supplies out in the back shed, and he got in trouble. But I have so many boxes of it out there that, yeah, kind of had to. Because he's built me, I don't know, it's kind of dark. I got to get a new light for down here. I don't know if you can see it, but my husband, I'm trying to turn you and not make you sick. See, it's kind of hard to see. I want you to see my mouth. But this, it's right here in our living room. My husband built that, and he built me this for my mesh. And then over here above the TV, sorry, I'm watching wrestling, another one of my guilty pleasures, is some of my ribbon. And then I took over this whole bookshelf with decorations, and you can see the boxes. And then we brought this in, and it has supplies and stuff. And yeah, that's it. And the rest of it is out in the garage, or we have a closet in the makeshift laundry room kitchen that we have down here, and I kind of took that over too. And oh, you know, I don't know if I got an anchor. I got the burlap one, and I'm really excited to make that too, the blue burlap. Hi, Peggy. Jacksonville. I'm trying to remember. Is that in the Panhandle? I am so bad with geography, guys. You just don't even know. I did not realize Pearl Harbor was in Hawaii until my parents went to visit it. I thought it was in Japan. That is the one subject I didn't do well in school. I mean, I passed. I got good grades, but yeah, I didn't retain much of that at all. And I was like about 26, 27 when my parents went to Hawaii. So yeah, I'm surprised I passed high school. Anchor things, those are nice. Anyway, the reason I asked if Jacksonville was up in the Panhandles because not this last winter, the winter before, we were at Panama City Beach down by Tyndall Air Force Base. That's where my husband's family has a beach house. Well, I wouldn't call it a beach house. They're two blocks from the beach, but it's close enough. Yeah, in Central Time. Because we were in the Central Time too. It kind of confused us because we thought we'd be in Eastern Time. I know Michael didn't want the two big white ones were actual bookcases we had in here, but we actually, when we redid our house 2 years ago, we kind of like, I don't know if you call it flip it, we were going to sell it, and then Melinda wanted to stay in it. So we go to the Habitat for Humanity Restore, and we buy a lot of stuff there. And you can even find decorations for your wreaths there if you look. So I take any opportunity. In fact, I'm really kind of disgusted. I know where you're at. You're at where my son's desk got stuck due to the hurricane, Jacksonville, I think. He bought a desk off Amazon, and somehow it had to go right where the hurricane was really potent on the East Coast. And that's where his desk was. He was like, oh, figures. That's another one of those that only happens to us. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, my God. Oh, the materials in the Habitat. My neighbor set out stuff on the curb, and I said, because I went over and knocked on their door, I go, do you know something I done? Are we having cleanup this week? And she said, no, we're hoping somebody will take it away. Well, when we left, because I was getting ready to go out to mail a box, and there were golf clubs in it, and I should have got the golf clubs. But I thought, nobody's going to pick it. It was tires and a boat motor. We got home, there's only a boat motor left. I'm like, really? Because my son lives, his backyard, I don't know, I showed you guys when I was there. That's where my relaxation sanctuary is, because nobody else gets to come out on the deck with me, and there's a breeze, and I watch golfers. Some of them aren't very good. We did a golf ball sweep, and I got 5 golf balls. And I'm thinking about talking to him because, I'm thinking I might have to make a golf ball wreath. So those golf clubs would have been a really good thing to grab a hold of. But I also have golf clubs that belong to my father, but I just couldn't make myself use them. But anyway, here is my wreath. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I could talk all night. And this is the wreath I made. I will be getting it trimmed up, and I will take pictures of it. I'll post them on the different groups online, and I will more than likely get it put up on my Etsy in a few days. And that's what'll be happening. I'll tell you what, for this wreath here, it'd probably be $40. That would be the price on it. So shipping, I'm not real good at knowing the charges for shipping, but I just put it in either Etsy or PayPal, and that's what I do. I ship it that way. I also have an Etsy. Like I said, there's 2 other. Thank you, Sarah. There are 2 others on my website that are different ones. Michael loves butterflies, and so that's why we always have butterflies. Always. Sorry, my phone's down here and things keep popping up on it. I really shouldn't pay attention to it. But yeah, I don't know where to go with it. So we have lots of butterflies. And the other thing that I have a lot of that I haven't dived into, because he gets possessive of the things he likes. Like when he laid out all the butterflies, I go, what are these? He goes, don't touch those. Don't touch those. Those were his butterflies. I'm telling you what, Charlene, I am trying. It was nice meeting you, Carrie. I'm trying really hard to figure out the event thing. I don't know if you've got one or not. Hopefully Facebook will lighten up and let us get bots soon, and then I can send out them. I try to go on all of the craft sites I know that don't mind if I post, and try to put a reminder out there, and then a couple of times on my own page. And like I said, I tried the event thing, and I'm still working on it. I'm going to definitely get that down. And I'm going to definitely figure out how to use my phone to post on or do lives on my page when I'm out and about, because I think that's fun. I do some crazy things when I'm out. So, you know, I want to get on the right page because, like I said, those high school people aren't going to like me too much longer if I keep being crazy. I wasn't crazy in high school. I was real quiet. So they don't know the crazy me. I haven't lived at home back down there since I was like 18. And so 40 years, which is exactly when I graduated high school. I'm having my 40-year reunion in August. My God, I shouldn't tell that. Oh, you're as old as you feel, right? So anyway, I will get that trimmed up and get that posted for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciated it. I do, hopefully, as soon as the Stanley Cups are over, which should be, let's see, they're in round 1. So by the end of May. And then Melinda also graduates from college the end of May. So she won't be doing that. Although this gives Michael something to do because he's too shy, even though I'm surprised he came down here. But the camera was pushed down so you didn't see him. He never wants to be on camera. He's kind of lightening up on that. He's getting used to me being social. But anyway, once we get over a few of those things, maybe I can set certain days when I know that I'll absolutely have nothing to do. It's just that right now, not knowing when the Bruins are going to win or lose, we don't know when they're going to play. Like, we shouldn't have to play again. So, night, Peggy. Thanks for joining us. So, we play tomorrow night, and then I'm not sure when the second round starts. They just released that. I know. They just released the schedule, but that was like 2 seconds before I came online, so I didn't get to look to see what the schedule is. And it depends on if we win tomorrow night. So if we lose tomorrow night, we're out. And then my husband also hasn't shaved because it's a tradition. You don't shave your beard during hockey season or during the playoffs. And that happened to be the year they went on strike that my daughter got married. So him and my son both had these big beards. I'm like, oh, great. But that's okay. His mother came down to the wedding and she fussed at him, so I felt it's fine. But anyway, I'm going to go for tonight. I'm glad you all could join me. I'll let you know when I'm going on live again, hopefully before the end of the week. I probably don't have to do any workout on Thursday, so they shouldn't tire me out. I might be able to see. Depending on the game, I might be able to come back then. But I will put out a message. I'll post on my page. I'll post it on other pages. I'll let you guys know. It was really a pleasure, and I'll decide what I'm going to do next time, and we'll see you then. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.